Gretzky looked good in that opening game. Montreal Canadiens and the New York Rangers. How do you like that matchup? When the Habs won the Cup in '93, they had veterans on the team. Muller, Bellows, Carbonneau, even Denny Savard. Now they are young. Nobody on the team over 30. And the Rangers, by contrast, have 15 guys over the age of 30. And that can be good in the playoffs sometime. But the key is Mark Messier. Would he play? He said he would play. And to no one's surprise, the Moose delivered. He was out there in the warm-up. And guess who's in on the first Ranger goal? Messier back to Bruce Driver. Shot is stopped. Adam Graves buries the rebound. Give the assist to Mark Messier. 1-0 Rangers. The Rangers keep the pressure on. Mark Messier actually sent in alone on the breakaway, but stoned right there by Jocelyn Thibault. The Canadiens come back down. Saku Koivu taking the drop pass and blasting one past Richter. What a rocket that was. Ties the game up at 1-1. With the period over, some fisticuffs. Stefan Kittel says, "Opie, get off my back," and nails Samuelson right in the beak. It's clear that Messier laboring in this one. Coming in from his wrong wing where he's so deadly, didn't get much mustard on that shot and skates along looking like he's in a little pain. Lackluster second period till late. Benoit Brunet breaks in, stopped though by Richter, and after that big stop, the Rangers come back the other way. Bad line change from Montreal, bad pass. Adam Graves in alone. Stoned again by Jocelyn Thibault. It remains tied after 40 minutes. Teams come out skating in the third. Rangers will strike. Robitaille throws it in front. Thibault trying to cover up, but not quick enough. Nicholas Sundstrom stuffed it in. 2-1 Rangers. Less than a minute later, though, Damphousse muscles his way past Mark Messier. And Damphousse will break in and become part of the play. Gets the pass, makes a good move, and look at him roof this backhand on Richter, tying it 2. Rangers get a chance late. Kovalev has Jocelyn Thibault beaten, but off the crossbar. So they go to overtime, and Benoit Brunet will carry over, drop for Damphousse, and look at that snapper to the top corner. It's the overtime winner. 5 minutes in, top shelf, beautiful goal. Habs win the game 3-2 and take a 1-0 series lead at MSG. And Damphousse with a couple of goals of beauty. But Jocelyn Thibault, a big part of the story, with 43 saves against the Rangers.
We wanted to win one of the 2 first games here in New York, and I think everybody's happy that we won the first one. But now, we know that if we want to keep going, it's going to be like close games like that till the end, because the Rangers play real good.
Well, the overtime goal, Benoit Brunet made a great play. He waited for me to come across, and he took both defensemen with him, and there was 3 guys in front of Richter, and I just tried to shoot right between them all, and it went top shelf, and it was a good shot and a good play by Benoit.
Now, desperation generally breeds good hockey, and following the rather emotional overtime loss in Game 1, the New York Rangers were a desperate team. With their captain still hurting, they could ill afford another loss to the Habs with Games 3 and 4 set for Montreal. This one starts off extremely intense. Pat Verbeek crushes Stefan Kittel into the boards. Mario Tremblay not happy at all. There was no call on the play. Now, the hero of Game 1, Vince Damphousse, picks off where he left off on Tuesday. Habs shorthanded. He walks in. Great move around Mike Richter. It's 1-0 Montreal. Jocelyn Thibault stopped 43 of 45 shots in Game 1. This time the Rangers break in shorthanded. Yari Curry, the quick shot. Thibault whacks it away. Vince Damphousse continues to kill New York. From the corner on the power play across the crease, he goes to Mark Recchi. Richter makes a great save on the first chance, but Recchi bangs in his own rebound. It's 2-0 Habs after 1. Second period, Montreal keeps scoring. Again, a man down. 3-on-1. Koivu to Lyle Lodeline. He catches the corner. Montreal up 3-0. Now the Habs look for more. Great move by Chris Murray, but Richter, a spectacular save that seems to spark the blue shirts. Sergio Momesa on his off wing, harmless shot until it trickles in. Rangers made it 3-1 after 2. Momentum all with the New York Rangers. Habs lead 3-2. Puck goes behind the net. Comes in front. Samuelson pinching from the point. Wires it. We're all tied at 3. But Tremblay says, don't worry, fellas. We got our secret weapon. Vince Damphousse. Recchi barrels down the left side, centers it to the slot. Damphousse sweeps it home. The Habs lead it by a count of 4-3. They go on to win the hockey game. 5-3 is the final. Vincent Damphousse added a pair of assists. He now has 4 goals and 2 assists in the series. He says the key was not getting down when the Rangers tied it up.
Well, we didn't want to quit, even though they tied the game. We had to fight harder, and we knew even when it was 3-0 that it wasn't over. And as soon as they scored that first goal, you could see that they felt a lot more confident. And it's always a lift when you break the egg like that. So they were coming, and we were able, like I said, to settle down after the timeout and really played a lot better.
They have one giant killer. Vincent Damphousse. And it's not like he dominates the game. He just scored timely goals.
Elsewhere, Montreal was up 2-0 against the Rangers, with the next 2 games scheduled for Montreal. Now, at first glance, the Rangers look to be in big trouble. But look more closely. Look at the determination in Mark Messier's eyes. He guaranteed victory and delivered when the Rangers were in trouble against the Devils 2 years ago. No guarantees yet, but despite sore ribs, Messier certainly did deliver in Game 3. Early first period, Messier steals the puck in his own end. Off to the races on Jocelyn Thibault. Pulls it to his backhand. Go shot. But he's not so happy. Why? Because of this. Watch the right side of the screen. Saku Koivu hauled down by Adam Graves. That's a penalty. No goal. Graves makes up for his gap on the power play. His first shot is blocked, but he snaps in his own rebound past the screen Thibault, and it's 1-0 Rangers. Graves and the power play strike again. Messier banks one off the side of the net. That's no accident. He knows what he's doing. Graves the puck in front. Graves the second goal. 2-0. But the Habs have a nice power play as well. Nice passing by the Canadiens. Pierre Turgeon to Vincent Damphousse. Slides it to Mark Recchi. He beats Richter. And Tremblay's troops down just 1 after 1. Jocelyn Thibault keeps it that way through 2. Gives it away, though, to Mark Messier. Then dives across the net to come up with a huge save on Messier. Final minute. Tremblay urging his men for one final surge. Valerie Bure exploding down the left wing. The big shot, but Richter, the big save. Colin Campbell's Rangers win game number 3, 2-1. New York ends a 7-game losing streak and won in Montreal for only the second time in its last 22 visits to the city. Messier is encouraged by the win, but not completely satisfied just yet.
For us, obviously coming in here today with the win, climbing back into the series is good. But like I say, we still feel we can do more and play better and in all areas, and I think that's the encouraging thing for everybody in here.
I think the game plan was to eliminate rush chances, odd man rushes, because as you know, they have a lot of speed, they have a lot of skill, and if you're going to give them 3-on-2s and 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s all night, they're going to put the puck in the net.
Tonight, compared to the last game, was obviously the power play. They scored 2 goals and we scored 1. That was the end of it for the game.
Messier played 100 times better than he did in game 1 and 2, and he raised the game and raised their team, and they took it to us.
Well, the Leafs are in trouble there, I think. Meanwhile, what an odd series the Rangers and the Habs are staging, isn't it? 2 wins by Montreal in New York, where the Rangers were so strong at times this year. Then the Rangers, who almost never win in Montreal in postseason play, head in there and win game 3. Messier feeling better and playing better in that one. Meantime, Habs sniper Pierre Turgeon continues to struggle, and in game 4, the Habs wanted Turgeon to get into the series. Well, he was definitely into the game early on. Habs on the power play. Mark Recchi in the corner, top of your screen, will slide the puck across. Turgeon is there, hacking away at it, but Bukaboom knocks him down and keeps him from scoring. Rangers, well, Messier continues to lead the charge. New York on the power play here. The Mess will tee it up and blow one toward the net. It is tipped in by Robitaille, quite obviously, but Messier gets credit. 1-0 Rangers. Canadiens respond, though. 4-on-4, Lyle Odeline to his defense partner, David Wilkie. Watch this for a wrist shot. Zing! Top corner. Beautiful. 1-1 game on the goal by Wilkie. Second period, though, the Rangers turn it up again. Delayed penalty call. Kovalev with a shot. They get lucky here. It bounces off a skate and goes in. Shane Churla gets credit. Rangers have the lead, 2-1. Late in the second, Ranger power play. Bruce Driver. He's had a good series so far. Shot from the point. Thibault with a save. Little rebound, just enough for Adam Graves to get a stick on it. Adam Graves bangs it in, 3-1 Rangers. And the Rangers aren't finished there. Odeline out to block Driver's shot. Puck trickles to Graves. Nice bounce again from New York. His 5th in the playoffs. 4-1 New York after 2. Third period, Habs pressing. Turgeon out to Recchi. 1-2 whacks at it. Then Turgeon has a whack at it. Then Damphousse has a whack at it. Look at Richter flopping around and making all those saves. Mario Tremblay's club not getting it done. They closed it to 4-3, but that was as close as they got. Driver, 3 assists for the Rangers. Richter with 28 saves was the real story, and even the Montreal Canadiens would tell you that.
He was unbelievable tonight. He made some great saves. He's been there before. He's won a Stanley Cup before. He knows, he's going to be there, and we have to find a way to beat him. And we got 3 by him, and I tell you, he made some tremendous saves tonight. We just got to keep plugging away and keep pushing at him, and hopefully, the balloon will burst.
We came at him pretty good in the third. We got a couple goals, but that one power play chance, I think we had a lot of chance there, and he played outstanding, and you know, hopefully we're gonna have to try crack him when we go back to New York.
Every game's important, but when you're down by 2, there's really less and less room for error, and we responded well and had a good game, but we knew they were going to come out a little stronger tonight, so we had to be better ourselves, and I think we were. So I'm glad we won. I'm happy that I could help the team out.
Wings have had twice as many shots as the Jets in that series. Wow. Well, after looking razor sharp in New York, the Montreal Canadiens returned home to fall flat on their faces a couple of games at the Molson Center. Series now tied at 2-2, shifting to New York Friday night, where Mario Tremblay somehow trying to ignite the Montreal power play. It's been dead in the water, frankly. Even Tremblay finds it hard to stomach the 2-for-21 record on the power play. Things not good for Montreal early in Game 5. They're on the power play, but the Rangers score. Jari Kurri with a couple of shots and a shorthanded goal, and the Rangers lead it 1-0 early. Rangers were out shooting the Habs badly in the second, and Momesso making sure they were out hitting Montreal too as he drills Brisebois first, and then we'll follow Momesso across the ice, and he will drill David Wilkie as well. Montreal seems to wake up though midway through the period. Wilkie just out of the box, gets a breakaway. Turgeon hustling to join him. Shot saved by Richter. Turgeon can't control the rebound. They'll stuff it in the wide open net. Habs keep up the pressure, but Turgeon caught for holding Bukaboom's stick here. Penalty on the play. Power play carries over to the next period, and 13 seconds in, Verbeek to Leach, and look at this shot. Upstairs, top corner on Thibault. First of the series for Leach. Rangers lead 2-0. A couple of minutes later, watch Alexei Kovalev fight off Brisebois and slip it short side. He really wrapped it around there. I think Thibault was expecting something far side. 3-0 New York. Habs come back though. Richter is down. David Wilkie behind the net. Out to Koivu. Koivu chips it in, and Montreal cuts the lead to 3-1. Then Turgeon will throw it in front to another rookie, Rory Fitzpatrick, and his first NHL goal, regular season or playoffs, has the Ranger lead cut to 1. 3-2. 3 minutes to go. Mario calls a timeout. Calls Jocelyn Thibault to the bench for the extra attacker. Habs, all kinds of pressure, all kinds of chances. Bouncing puck. Can't get it to go, and the Rangers eventually clear the zone and kill off the clock, and Montreal wins this one by a score of 3-2, and they lead the series 3-2. Richter now has 30 playoff wins. That's a new Ranger record. The Habs power play, nada. Again, 2-for-25 in the series, and Vince Damphousse afterwards said special teams make the difference.
They scored shorthander and a power play goal, and again it was a story tonight, and we have problem getting our power play going, and we got to find a way to score some goals, and it changed the game. At the beginning of the third period, when Brian Leach scored in the power play, it really gave them a big lift. And
tonight I had again I had a lot of shots, but I mean I think I did a pretty good job. I mean when you want to have a successful team, everybody's got to do their job. I thought I did mine the best I could tonight, but unfortunately we couldn't win the game.
It takes all the pieces in order to win, and I think that we're really starting to play well as a team right now, and I think that always is important, and guys are I guess getting their responsibilities and knowing exactly what their responsibilities are when they're on the ice, and they're responding, and because of it we're playing pretty solid hockey for 60 minutes right now.
All right, thank you, Scott. Now, with the Jets not expected to beat out mighty Detroit, the last hope for a Canadian team to win a first-round series rested with the Canadiens, who faced elimination for the New York Rangers. In Montreal, Mario Tremblay with reason for concern, and you'll see why. Rangers outflying Mark Messier across. Pat Verbeek the shot, and a goal. 1-0 New York early on, and a few minutes later in the power play, the Rangers strike again. Adam Graves will come in, take a shot and get his rebound, stuff it home. 2-0 New York. And then the Rangers next rush down the ice. Alexei Kovalev busts around the D, goes to the backhand, and just like that, it is 3-0 New York, and Mario Tremblay just sits and does the slow burn. Rangers just keep pressing. Luc Robitaille the shot, Thibault the save. Jari Kurri moves in, puts it between the pipes. And Pat Jablonski, the backup, gives himself a little shower and then jumps in there in place of Thibault. 4-1 Rangers after 1. Montreal climbs to within 2 early in the second. Pierre Turgeon trying to answer some of his critics, beating Mike Richter. And it's a 4-2 Ranger game, but New York answers back. Another 3-goal lead coming up here. Doug Lidster gets it back at the point. This shot will go off the butt of Patrice Brisebois by Jablonski. 5-2 Rangers to the third. Now the Habs pressing to get back into it. Turgeon, snapshot, saved Richter, but Brisebois is there and puts it on by. The Rangers, however, do not let them get any closer than that. New York moving on to the second round of the playoffs for the third straight year.
And they do it with a 5-3 win, taking the series 4-2. So it's the first time since 1974 that no Canadian teams will take part in the second round of the playoffs. And it is also the first time in Rangers franchise history they lost their first 2 games at home in a best-of-7 and came back to win it. Well, the Canadiens do have something to look forward to, however. More on that from Michael Whalen.
The Canadiens may have lost to the Rangers, but they can take some measure of satisfaction in the way that their rookie players performed in this series. Particularly impressive was center Saku Koivu, who heard the Montreal fans chanting his name in game number 6 for his gritty effort throughout the playoffs.
Felt good, but right after that game we lost. Our season is over. That's the only thing what I want to think about now. And it's of course it's a positive thing, but it's always the team is winning and the team is losing, and today we lost.
And we have a lot of guys that are at their first season or second season and first experience in the playoffs, and we have a very good core of young players, and a lot of them you'll see next year.
Another player who's a definite keeper and who left an impression on both the Rangers and Montreal management was defenseman David Wilkie. Not only did Wilkie hold his own in 5-on-5 situations, but he showed definite presence on the power play. Wilkie also showed a mean streak when the occasion demanded.
Well, Wilkie had an outstanding series. He was pretty dominant out there right from his end and right through on the power play, and I was really impressed on him. And then the rest of the guys I've known just from watching them play the last couple of years, and they didn't do anything differently, and I don't mean that in a bad way. They're all skilled forwards and create a lot of opportunities, and certainly they think they missed Malakoff back there to have another D to jump up and help them out, but they're going to be a dangerous team in years to come.
Rory Fitzpatrick had a goal in this series. Valerie Bure showed some jump and determination, to say nothing of other young players on the Canadiens like Jocelyn Thibault, Brian Savage, and Turner Stevenson.
We got the nucleus here is, I mean, we're the youngest team in the league right now, and there's such a bright side to this team. I mean, I think, you know, the people that were booing at the end of the game got to realize that this team's building for a Stanley Cup. I mean, it was unfortunate it was not this year, but I tell you, it's not far away.
We got a lot of guys who are under 25, and you know, with still we've only played, that's our first 6 games in the NHL playoffs, and for myself, it's only about my 9th or 10th. So you know, I think we got a lot here to build on, and you know, hopefully we're going to have a good year again next year, and you know, when we get back in the playoffs, we'll learn from our mistakes.